I'm going to turn it over to our first speaker, Rosalind Jenkins. So Roz, pick it away.
My talk was about my mind on my money and my money on my mind. And the reason I chose that topic was because flashing back to 2019, I had begun working in the environmental space, and the National Director of Emerald Cities, Dr. Denise Fairchild, was presenting on her book, Emerald Energy Democracy, at the Seattle Public Library. It was a packed house, and she was addressing extractive capitalism, conspicuous consumption, just transition, and a shift to collectivism. And at the end of her talk, a beautiful young Black woman who was wearing the colors of a major sorority that I knew walked up and basically asked a powerful question I cannot forget. If young people like me should not pursue material wealth and consumption, what do you suggest that we go after? And her question was so serious, and the way she was dressed made it profound, because she had every designer that you know on. And she was carrying that with pride, and as an indication that she was prospering, that her education was a great investment, and that she was achieving the American dream. So if we are going to deconstruct that dream, we have to reframe the concepts of wealth and status using social media, mass media, updated public policies, and new economic incentives that make going green really a green proposition for working people. The idea being that we have to celebrate and reward being a climate activist, as well as we do being an extractive CEO, and we're not doing that yet. And we have to honor people for what they create and share, not just for what they consume and hoard. And so I was reminded, pardon me? Oh, hello, jackpot. Here we are, flashback. I'm older than many of the young people in this movement, and my parents were old when they bore me. So I remember some things others have forgotten, and I want to take you back to 1941 when the president, FDR, declared an unlimited national emergency. And in so doing, created a public-private partnership to mobilize industry for the cause, deploy every worker, act boldly in a noble cause to beat the Axis, outstrip the enemy in a hurry, and rebuilt the middle class and advanced knowledge. In fact, built a middle class to an unprecedented level. Next slide. And what happened next was that essentially 64 companies, at least major companies, were seized by the government. The big three automakers were told that they would not build any passenger cars until they completed building everything else that was needed for the war effort. And I would like to suggest to you that in the context of the climate crisis, we are facing an unlimited national emergency, and we should take similar measures, and our government has the power to do so, to tell the corporate world exactly what to build, when to build it, how much of it to build, how to build it, how to do it green, and how to deliver it in a way that we, the people, can consume it. Big ideas motivate people to adapt and to align and to pursue new opportunities. Incrementalism requires more time than we have, so we need to think bold. This is what Shenzhen, China looked like before and after a 30-year commitment to a big idea. Next slide. This is what Dubai looked like before and after a 25-year commitment to a big idea. Next slide. I would submit to you that we need to be bold, and we need to force industrial restructuring of our economy and every company in it to be green and to preserve the ecology of our planet. We need to move past tinkering around the edges and small ball kinds of proposals that put the weight of this change on individuals and on families and homeowners, and put the weight of this change where it belongs, on industry, on government, and on all of us. We need fast, sweeping action driven by war-scale cash infusion. Everyone works, earns, and wins. Multiple challenges could be addressed simultaneously if we would only be bold. So let's remember FDR, and remember we can tell industry in this country what to build, when to build it, how much to build. And as one example, there was a demand to build 50,000 aircraft. Our industries produced over 300,000, and that's how we won the war. So I just want to close with that, and thank you for the opportunity.